Embodying the energy of a high value woman is something that you don't achieve one a day, but it's a lifestyle that you live on a daily basis. And in this particular video, I'm going to be sharing with you all an ultimate self-care checklist of a high value woman that you can follow along and adopt, or maybe take an inspiration from, to design your day, your week, and your months as a high value woman. With that, let's quickly begin because I have a lot of talking to do in this particular video. So you might want to grab some coffee, green tea, or a matcha with you. Sit back, switch this video on, play this video on your laptop or your iPad, sit back and relax and sip on your drink while I share with you your plan to embody a high value woman energy on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. So let's start with the day in a life of a high value woman. It's not very much similar to any other day in your life. And if you compare a day in the life of a high value woman, it's never looking similar to average girlies out there around you. For them, it might be a little too much, but doing all of these activities on a daily basis will help you embody high value woman energy daily in your life. So for a high value woman, the day starts early. That's around 5 or 6 a.m., whatever suits you. For me, I start my day around 6 a.m. and a high value woman does not hit snooze on her alarm. She only sets one alarm because she knows for a fact and she trusts herself that she will be waking up at the first alarm or even before alarm. So initially I would used to require setting alarms to get up on a certain time in the morning, but now I just wake up at the same time every day. So my body clock is actually tuned in a manner that my eyes open up during the time that I have to wake up. So trust your body, just tell yourself that you have to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning, and chances are your body will wake you up at that time or even before that time. That's the natural alarm or a clock that I use to wake myself up. They also value their time, which is why they do not lounge in bed after they've woken up. They get straight out of the bed, make their bed, and start practicing their affirmations. They do not reach out to their phone first thing in the morning. Start their day with intention, with gratitude, by saying their gratitude, affirmations or prayer, and then followed by affirmations. Additionally, it's very important to hydrate our body the first thing in the morning because your body has not had water since the entire night. So first thing in the morning that you should be doing is hydrating yourself with normal water, lemon water, or even seed-soaked water that will help your digestion and metabolism to start. Having water the first thing in the morning is the absolutely best thing to do before getting in your system any kind of caffeine or any kind of beverage. After that, a high value woman just gets on with her daily task, like brushing herself, like brushing her teeth. And this is actually a little optional if you want to schedule your workout in the morning or in the evening, depending on whatever option that suits you. You do that the next. You get ready for your workout session. Maybe it could be like a yoga session or a walk session. It totally depends on what your mood is like. And after that, you quickly get into the shower, and preferably a cold shower, because that will help you boost your dopamine levels. Having cold showers have equivalent effects to having caffeine in the morning. It will not give you like a rush of energy and then it will crash. Having cold showers will actually keep your energy levels stagnant throughout the first half of your day. Usually, any kind of caffeine helps us have a rush of energy and then slowly it crashes down, leaving us drained and craving for another cup of coffee. And then it's like an endless loop that you're going into. But then, as and when you adopt having natural ways of increasing your dopamine levels, you can watch this particular video wherein I've actually talked about how you can create a dopamine menu, all a natural basis to keep your energy levels high. After coming out of the shower, she gets into her best mood and she slips into her best clothes. She does not wear like a sweatshirt or like a t-shirt. even if she's working from home, she does a full glam routine of doing her skincare, putting on some basic makeup that looks her put together, that makes her feel the vibe of the day. And she also wears nicely ironed clothes that make her look put together and gets her into the high woman boss energy. Additionally, she also does her, so in her full glam, she does a little bit of makeup. She gets her hair together. She wears her jewelry. She does her nails if it needs any kind of trimming or it needs any kind of work on them. She gets herself ready for the day and she embodies her best self throughout that by looking physically amazing. Post that, it's now time to fuel herself up with breakfast filled with protein and nutrition, maybe eggs or avocado on toast, green tea, matcha, her supplements, all of that. So that's her morning routine before she starts working. During the time of the day, she never gets into the moment of scrolling or doom scrolling throughout the day. Her work is very intentional and purpose driven, wherein she is very energized to start her work and not cribbing for a fact that she has to go for work. And her breaks are not social media breaks, but intentional breaks wherein she takes time off screen, maybe to color a little bit, to journal, or maybe give herself a walk in the nature to complete her steps. And throughout the day, she is never engaging into junk food. She's only eating food to energize herself and keep her energy levels higher. And as she finishes off work, it's now time to slip into her evening routine, wherein she practices digital sunset also. So digital sunset is actually a phenomena wherein you wind down your white light on your laptops, your iPads, or on your phone and turn it into a yellow light so that it is not impacting your eyes and it is helping your body to produce melatonin, that is a hormone for sleep, to help you slip into sleep optimally and restfully. To do that, she has a winding down ritual wherein she takes a shower, or maybe if you have scheduled your workouts during the evening time, you get into a workout or an outdoor activity. Post that, you take a shower, you just remove all of the makeup that has been sitting on your face throughout the day, do a lot of skincare, slip into a very nice and cozy, comfortable nightwear or loungewear, prepare yourself for dinner, again a healthy dinner, and preferably have it early between around 7 to 8 p.m. And this is the time where she takes time to read and not watch shows or series that can be there on the special days or on the weekends, but on a daily basis she takes time out to read, to journal, to work on herself, to take courses, to up level or upskill, or maybe spend time with family, her partner, her kids. And to wind yourself down, you can sip on chamomile tea or natural soothing teas that help you slip into sleep slowly and gradually. So this is how a day of a high value woman looks like. You can take this entire daily routine as an inspiration and maybe tweak it a little bit depending on your requirements. Maybe if you're a mom, if you are a wife, you have to have certain buckets wherein you are also giving your time to your family. So maybe you could stretch in and get up a little bit early to squeeze in time for yourself and fill your own bucket before you fill in your families and before you pour into others. As a high value woman, the amount of detail and attention to give to your days and what all things that you have been doing in the days, you also pay attention to the weeks because they are the iterating factor that make for an amazing year. To have an amazing year, make sure to have an amazing week by week. And for that, you need to have a weekly self-care checklist and do stuff that you should be doing on a weekly basis to see good results during the end of the year. And in this part of the video, we are going to be talking about how you can have absolutely perfect weeks as a high value woman. So you don't start your week on a Monday, but you start it on Sunday, wherein you're prepping for having an amazing week ahead. So you start your Sunday with doing like a pamper session that you do for yourself on a weekly basis. You check in with all of your finances, your income, your expenses, and how your work is going. Maybe quantify your progress for the last week. See what worked for you, what did not work for you. Maybe clean up and tidy up your environment and get ready for the next week. You can decide on your looks for the coming week. Check whether it has been ironed or laundried and is sitting well in your closet. Rearrange the space. Maybe spend extra time deep cleaning a certain part of your house, because a clean house, a clean environment is a space that will help you brew up good ideas. So Sunday is actually a reset session and reset day wherein you spend your time gearing up for the next week. Also, you can set up different themes for every day of the week to focus on that aspect of your life clearly and not be bothered about other aspects. So, for example, Monday could be about mindset and motivation, wherein you're working on your mindset. You are taking up courses or taking up video or watching videos that will help you remove any kind of mindset blocks, or maybe spending an extra minute or extra time to journal on extra prompts that will help you up level your mindset, because everything starts here and slowly and gradually it manifests into your reality. On Tuesdays, it could be dedicated to mind and body wellness, wherein you're taking in extra time to meditate or do extra Surya Namaskars that will help your body and nourish your body in ways you wouldn't have imagined. Additionally, you can also subscribe to classes like a special yoga class or Pilates class or maybe a Zumba class, depending on whatever your vibe is. I schedule yoga sessions wherein I am doing yoga with other people. And for me, I think to do it practically, it's not possible because you have to look over a lot of things, but you can schedule certain days in your life wherein you're actually doing that. Wednesdays could be about creativity, wherein you are engaging into certain activities away from screen and doing more of the stuff from hand. It could be painting, it could be crocheting, it could be also embroidering. This is something which I used to enjoy in my childhood. My mom used to get me those handkerchiefs and I used to embroider on them. And I absolutely used to enjoy it. You can do all of these things and get your creative juices flowing. Earlier for me, I used to self-sabotage in a manner that I cannot have hobbies, but slowly and gradually I'm finding time for it and I am indulging in it. Thursdays could be about confidence and glow up. So maybe you can take an all things shower on a Thursday, spend a little time gua shaing your face a little bit, or giving yourself a nice beauty treatment on this particular day with the time that you have in your hand. Fridays could be about social energy, wherein you're meeting your friends, you're scheduling time to go out and meet people who uplift you in a manner that contributes to being your high value woman. Saturdays could be about spirituality and rituals that you do to get your EQ higher. It could be anything that you believe in, any god that you believe in, and visit them and take energy from them. And like I said, Sundays are about reset and rejuvenation, wherein you spend entire Sunday preparing and gearing up for the next week. And when you do these activities weeks on weeks, by the end of the year, you would realize that you have grown immensely in every aspect of your life. We've talked about days, we've talked about weeks. Now let's talk about months that stack up together and become an amazing year. And for a high value woman, it's very important that she is achieving and embodying her best self throughout the year in order to be her best self. So she divides her months into quarters and she has goals set for herself to achieve for in that particular quarter. So for example, the first quarter of the calendar year, Jan, Feb, March, she focuses on aligning herself and setting a very strong foundation of the goals that she intends to achieve during the end of the year. So Jan, Feb, March is actually spent in doing the groundwork of all of the goals. This is also the time wherein she is re-evaluating her strategy, incorporating all the learnings that she's had from the last year and using all of her learnings to kickstart the year even on a better note and result and incorporate all of the learnings from the past year. This is the time wherein she's also creating her vision board. She's creating trackers for the year. I'm absolutely very big on trackers. I have tracker for basically everything, how I'm managing my money, how I'm managing my time, everything. During the second quarter, April, May, and June, this is the time wherein she is in a absolutely focused mode, wherein she's putting her head down and only working on stuff that she absolutely cares about. So this is also the time wherein a lot of people are going on summer breaks. So this is actually the perfect time to get into the deep work and build up the momentum on the goals and the progress that she intends to achieve during the end of the year. The third quarter, July, August, and September, is also the time wherein she reviews her progress, because it's very important to know in which direction are we going, because we might not end up somewhere else towards the end of the year on our goals. And it's actually good to do a mid-year check-in and spend time in understanding all of the stuff that is working and what is not working for her during this particular time. And in the last quarter, it's now time to hit the last momentum on her goals to achieve. And during the third quarter also, it's the time to work deeply, because this is where she can stretch herself and get into the deep work and finish off goals and finish a large part of her goals. Then comes the quarter number 4, which is actually also the vacation period. This is where she takes time to spend it with the family or with friends or go on trips. But basically, this is the time of the year wherein you're winding up the entire year and celebrating your wins that you have achieved throughout the year. So that's how her day, her week, and her months are divided. And this is an ultimate self-care checklist of a high-value woman. And where every year when you repeat all of these things, you come closer to becoming your highest. So I have actually created this entire checklist into a PDF. So make sure that you are downloading that before signing off from this video. So yeah, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end. Let me know if you'd want more such videos like this. I'll be super happy to make them for you. That was it. I will see you in another video very soon. Till then, bye bye.